You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, this just is a perfect example of how it will never be good enough. If you're one of these organizations or you're one of these sports leagues, whatever you are, Hollywood studio, it doesn't matter. You can go out there and be the most woke group of mother effers ever assembled. You can be the Justice League or Avengers of woke social justice MFers. You can be that. And the first thing that is possibly construed by somebody that's a total idiot that might be considered racist, all of your supposed wokeness and virtue signaling you did is out the door. And it's out the door right now. The WNBA, a activist league, a league that is made up of so many activists and LGBTQ members of the community, and to the point, they've had so many activists and things like this, where just like the NBA, they put Black Lives Matter all over their basketball courts, and they kneeled for the national anthem. All of this wokeness doesn't matter, because today, we sit here today, and the WNBA is getting canceled because they chose to show Caitlin Clark her debut instead of Angel Reese. I mean, wow. Wow. The very thing that got people, that stopped people from watching this league and wanting to support it to begin with. You see this right here. People claiming race, that the WNBA televised Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever and not Angel Reese or Camelo Cardoso, Chicago Sky. I don't know her actual name. It's down here somewhere. Kamala. And look, that's a perfect example. What we're talking about right here. That's a perfect example. All right, the first crowd is Angel Reese's game. There's nobody there. I mean, there's no interest in this. This looks like the typical WNBA crowd right here. All right? If this doesn't tell you everything you need to know about who's attracting what in this league now, this is Caitlin Clark's crowd. I mean, those stands are packed in her WNBA debut. And now the league is racist because, let's be real, guys, when you see this versus that, the league actually made the right decision here. They made a business choice. They made a business decision. And for once, the WNBA has realized, and I kind of picked up on this from the commissioner too. They have realized they've got the chance now to truly grow this league and get some massive support in it. All right? And the league is taking that and running with it, as well they should. Otherwise, the league's not going to be around in 5 years anyway. Here we are. They're racist. Today, the WNBA, you see this, accused of racism for showing Caitlin Clark instead of Angel Reese. I just can't even believe it. I mean, it's hilarious, actually. It's actually kind of funny. For those who missed it, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both made their WNBA debuts last night. Guess what? I didn't know that till as I was preparing for this video that Angel Reese played the game last night. Sorry. I didn't know it. That goes back to everybody being mad about Aja Wilson and all her accolades in the league. But yet, when I was making videos talking about her versus Caitlin Clark, do you know how many people were like, I've never even heard of Wilson? I mean, that just tells you right there. For whatever reason. They weren't interested in this league till now. You didn't spend your Friday nights watching WNBA games? ? Well, shame on you. Plenty of folks did. Clark's Indiana Fever debut in Dallas was pretty damn packed, if not a complete sellout. And those who didn't or couldn't afford the game watched the game on WNBA League Pass. It's wild. Now, for those who wanted to watch Reese make her debut with the Chicago Sky, it wasn't quite as easy. And by that, I mean they had to watch through a Twitter live stream courtesy of someone's cell phone camera in the bleachers. Wow. Objectively, that's funny. Sorry, but it is. Could you imagine sitting around and watching a tiny screen, watching a WNBA game being live streamed on a phone? I would never in life. Never in life. But of course, these woke activists out there, these absurd woke monsters, they had to make this about race. And you notice when it's about race, a lot of times they can't see the monetary part of everything. It's kind of like, hey, let's let the WNBA get paid what the NBA, the men get paid. Well, you can't do that because the revenue's not generated. You just can't do it. All right? The television contracts aren't nearly as much, blah, 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 blah. It's a supply and demand issue, and the demand hasn't been there. Guess what? If the demand would have been there for Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo, for that game to be on in the way it was demanded that Caitlin Clark gets shown, that game would have been on somewhere. I mean, if you want to fault the WNBA for scheduling the games at the same time, I don't know what to tell you there. The WNBA is wild embarrassing. To not have Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo games on League Pass is insane. Angel Reese is one of the reasons why women's basketball is getting so much attention, but they made sure to put the white girl front and center. I'm tired of them. You're tired of the WNBA that's bent over backwards for race its entire existence. You're tired of that. And then I bet you complain because nobody's getting paid money and that nobody's watching the league. Shit, okay. Angel Reese has over 6 million followers across platforms, but the WNBA it seems like it only wants Caitlin Clark that will bring in views. This is some bullshit. That's why I'll never watch the WNBA. Just another racist company. Wow, really? The WNBA doing Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo. So wrong. The league is 80% black women. Why aren't they showing two of the most prolific young women to be drafted? Whiteness got y'all in a chokehold. Fire whoever is making these asinine decisions. I can tell you this. If they would have shown Angel Reese and Cardozo instead of Caitlin Clark, whoever made that decision should be walked out and never get another job involving sports media ever again. Don't allow them around anything that has to do with making money. Crazy. I mean, really. Do you think the WNBA is out to get Angel Reese? Come on. Can we just act normal for 2 seconds? Yeah. The infusion of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and others is a gift from the heavens that the WNBA desperately needed. It's like finding a winning lottery ticket floating in the water while you're living under a bridge. Now, this person online posted this. Nobody can track down to verify it. With some people saying that it was an issue involving Bally Sports, who scheduled a Major League Baseball game in that time slot instead of the WNBA. There was no broadcasting company there. There was no feed to send to WNBA League Pass. Now, one could argue, okay, the WNBA could have sent somebody there, but that's not really how these work. Like, for example, I've got MLB, whatever it is, MLB for the season where I can go watch any game, and it's all just local feeds of the regular feeds across the league. It's not some special feed set up by the league No, that's not how that works. But that's not even the story here. The story is the activist league that has bent over backwards for this woke ideology is getting drugged today as racist because they chose to make a business decision. Look, let's just keep it real. There's a lot more excitement around Caitlin Clark than there is any other player in this league. That's all there is to it. I mean, look, again, Diana Taurasi, she's not even moving the needle, and she's been one of their best players forever. Caitlin Clark comes in. I said earlier, watching her play, she's the love child of Steph Curry and Larry Bird put together, and people know it. And she's not woke, and she's a Christian. Sorry. Hate that for you. Family friendly. Walking in the door. And the WNBA knows it. They have an opportunity, and much to their credit, because I honestly thought they would blow it. But so far, so good. I mean, their commissioner is aware of this. Dwayne Wade's aware of this. People understand. I mean, you had celebrities show up for a WNBA preseason game. Sorry about your luck. But your other players aren't moving the needle in that way. It's not a race issue, but it is a supply and demand issue, and the demand was not there, so they didn't supply you. Sorry. The only unfortunate thing about last night is that it's the preseason and it was on League Pass. Because the perfect example, and we're going to get plenty of them, is when these regular season games happen and you start looking at Caitlin Clark games versus everybody else. And that shit is going to be embarrassing for you woke WNBA fans or former WNBA fans. It's going to be hilarious if they lose the woke fans. I'm going to laugh the whole time. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.